Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of Palo Alto Global Protect. In this video, we are going to look at the settings of portals, gateways, and where to set up what. And we are also going to connect our this Windows machine to the Global Protect VPN, and then we'll try to ping it in order to facilitate the connectivity. So let's jump onto the firewall. Yep. So this is my firewall. First thing we have to do is create a certificate. So go to certificates. I have created a local CA, which is Global Protect. And yes, once the CA is created, I check the box. It's a trusted root CA as well. And I created another certificate assigned by this CA, and this certificate will be used by my portal and gateway both, because my same firewall is working as a portal as well as a gateway. Now, after that, I created a SSL TLS service profile. Okay, in SSL TLS service profile, I called in that certificate which I created from the local CA. And there I said, what key exchange algorithm should be used, what encryption algorithms, what authentication algorithms will be used for the SSL connection to the Palo Alto. Now we have created the profile with the name portal and gateway. Now have a look at the portal settings. Go there and under the global protect, click on portals. In order to create a portal, you have to click on the add button. Once you create the add button, a new menu opens up. So I'm going to already show you the created config. So this is the config I created. In the general, I created first the name of the portal. Okay, after that, you have to select on which interface this portal will be available. Usually, this is the outside interface, internet-facing interface of your Palo Alto. For me, it is ETH 1 by 3. I have selected the interface ETH 1 by 3, and then address type is IPv4 only. And then I selected the IPv4 interface on that address. If you have other IP addresses, you can use that respective address type. In the appearance section, there is a portal login page. So when user accesses the portal, he gets a default login page for the portal. When he puts in the browser https 192.168.253.201, he'll get a page to log in. And then there is a portal landing page. You know what user will see. I'm using both of them as default. There is no help app help page configured. Under the log settings, I've set log the unsuccessful SSL handshakes to the portal. Now, how users will authenticate to that portal? In terms of authentication, under the server authentication, we have set the SSL TLS profile. So this will be the certificate used by portal to secure the SSL connection coming to it. So whenever user will connect to the portal, it's going to provide this, it's going to use this certificate as the server certificate to the clients. In terms of clients authentication, you have to click on add in order to add a client certification. I have created local DB auth. Let me double click on it. You can see local DB auth. For what operating systems this will be used. You can set operating systems as per your choice. I have set any to use it for all the operating systems. What is the authentication profile? So as I mentioned in the previous video, we are going to use local DB auth authentication profile. And then towards the Global Protect app login screen, there will be two options, username and login, and then there is an authentication message, enter the login credentials. Okay, this will be how the Global Protect screen will look like. I'll show you. Allow authentication with user credential or client certificate. Okay, if you want to use both or one at a time, you can do it. If you select yes, that means either user credentials or client certificate. Either if you select no, it means they want both. So I'm going to use one because I'm only using the local DB auth. Once I save it, this will be listed here. After that portal data collection, no, I don't want to have any setup here. So this is optional configuration if you want to do. In terms of agent configuration, you have to create an agent here. So you click on add and then the menu pops up. Let me show you the created agent. Under the agent, I have created the name as GP. I'm not going to use any client certificate. This is basically, you can say if you want to save username or user ID password in the client after user puts it, you can set. I am not going to set any no authentication overrides I'm placing in terms of using the authenticate basically cookies, and then components that require dynamic passwords. No, I'm not setting up any two-factor authentication. Config selection criteria. No, I'm not selecting any specific configs for this specific agent. any internal host detection. You know how Global Protect knows user is on internal and external network? You can put here the values, IP addresses in the host name. So Global Protect does a PTR lookup, the reverse DNS lookup, and make sure this IP address is able to resolve this host name. If it is able to resolve, user is on internal host. If it cannot resolve, user is on external host. If user is on internal host, then you can mention internal gateways the user can connect to. Otherwise, user will be, if this DNS does not work, then it will be user will be considered as external. And you can see then here you can mention the external gateways. In my topology, these are the external gateways. This is the internal gateway here. So I have added a e-gateway. After clicking on add, you can click, give the name, give the IP address, and you can even select the region, for what region this e-gateway is, having this priority. I can give it any region, like for Asia, for anywhere, like whatever are listed here, or you can create your own custom regions as well. We looked at it when we were discussing about those. And then you can set the priority highest, high, medium, low, lowest, or manual only. So manual only means only when the manually user wants to connect to this gateway. Yes, and on the app section, yeah, you can set on the app section, you can see what will be the connect method. I have set it to on demand. User should manually click on connect button, then only you will initiate. You can do always on, pre-log on before the user logs in, or and pre-log on is there also as well, the on demand. Now you can set up many more settings for the Global Protect app. Go through them and you can customize them as per your need. Some pack file settings are also there, proxy auto configuration. Also the welcome page, there is no specific welcome page I have set up. And you can set the passcode for the disconnect, for the uninstall, all these things. You can set a password so user cannot do it without this password. And then the HIP data collection. So if you are doing any HIP related checks, so that you can mention in here. And uh, that's it about here. And then yeah, trusted root CA. The CA we created locally. I have put the CA here and install in the local root certificate store. So as soon as user connects to the portal successfully, it will be pushed to user certificate store. There now clientless VPN. No, we are not setting that up. We have a client full VPN. If I check this box, these all settings will be available. Satellite, no, we are not working with the satellite based stuff, satellite gateway based stuff really. So that's it. That's the minimal configuration required on the portal. Now let's look at the gateway configuration. Under the gateway, you need to click on add in order to create a new gateway. Once you click on add, give your gateway a name, and then again the same settings as the portal. You know what interface it will be available. You want to log out and successful SSL handshake, and what authentication you will use. You see, I'm using the same certificate for the gateway as well, and this has the same setting as we did in the portal. So these two things, general and authentication tab, they really, you know, they are similar, not completely, but at least at a very at very high level, they are really same. Under the agents, here you will configure the tunnel interface. In previous video I mentioned we need to create a tunnel interface. So I'm enabling the tunnel mode so that Global Protect VPN works. And then I need to bind face for this. You can see I have bind tunnel.1. No maximum user limit I have set. I have not enabled the IPsec based encryption. We are going to use plain SSL. Client settings, here you need to make the settings for the pool and etc specific. So if you see config selection criteria, I'm doing for all the IP addresses, all the regions, all the source users, all the OS, and then no authentication override. I have set a IP pool from 170 to 16010 to 170 to 16020. This is the IP pool that will be assigned to mm, all the machines matching this criteria. And then any split tunnel, if I want to configure, include, exclude subnets as per your need. And under the network services, I have mentioned DNS server to be pushed at 8.8.8 to my clients. Now this is about the client settings. If you want to have a generalized pool, if no pool from here is selected, then you can mention that pool here. Under the network services, I have also mentioned primary, secondary DNS. But if something matches here, then these settings won't take over. And then under the connection settings, there are more settings. You can see login lifetime, notify before lifetime expires. There are a lot of settings. You can read the Global Protect documentation for use of them. And most of the settings are, are kept default until or unless you need to modify them because they are given by Palo Alto as per the industry best practices. If there is any video traffic, you can exclude that by selecting here specific applications for the video traffic, and it works only for Windows and Mac device. HIP notification, any when the HIP checks are done, in that case it is used, and we are not working with any satellite based gateway, so that's not a relevant setting here. Now this is the setting we have done for the portal and the gateway you saw, and now let's have our user connect to this global protect gateway. I'll jump onto my Windows machine. Just give me a second. This is my Windows machine, and I believe it's already connected. Yeah, sorry, it's already connected. Let me disconnect and I'll show you. So this, like this, you will have a global protect client. You need to put, you see what it says, portal. So you put here portal's name. In your case, you will have a name. If you have a, have a corporate VPN, I have just this is just a lab, so I'm directly going to use the IP address, and you click on connect. Now it should ask for my user ID and password for the portal. See, it's asking for the user ID and password. Let's put in username is user, and my password is admin at the rate blah blah blah. Yes, now it's retrieving the portal configuration. I told you portal is the place which holds all the configuration about the gateways and internal and external gateways. See, it has chosen the best gateway, which is e-gateway. That's the only gateway in our case, and it has successfully connected to it. Now let's see what IP address has been assigned to it. Let me show you. I'll click on the command prompt. This is painful. Let's try again, or I'll click on the open button. Yeah. Now let's see IP config slash all. You can see we have got an IP address in the pool 172.16.0.10. Our pool was from .10 to .20. You see the mask, it's slash 32. Okay, and the default gateway is 00 because all the traffic is tunneled through this adapter, and the DNS server 8.8.8, which we set it up, it's not picking up from the general config, it's picking up from the specific config. There we set it up 8.8.8. And let me show you the route table, which will show you what traffic is being pushed to the global protect. If you see the DNS traffic of 8.8.8, and all other traffic matching the default route will be pushed to the gateway, and no traffic. Basically, it's a full tunnel based setup. There is no split tunnel based setup. Now let's try to ping a machine on the internal network, which is 10.0.0.10. You can see I'm successfully able to ping the machine, and this machine is, let me show you where is this machine. So this machine is this machine. So my traffic is coming from Windows to Palo Alto to LAN switch to VPC, this machine, and then it's going the same path back. Now let me show you the log as well. Just go to the firewall, monitor, traffic logs. See, my traffic is coming from GP zone, which is the global protect zone, which is assigned to the tunnel interface. Let me show you once again this thing. See, tunnel interface. What's the tunnel interface config? You can see tunnel interface, virtual router, GP zone, and the IP address. IP address I have added because I wanted to insert a connected route into the virtual router, so that my firewall knows, okay, this subnet is connected behind this tunnel interface via the global protect. You can see the feature has also come up once it is selected under the gateway. Now, yeah, we were talking about the log. Let me show you the log. So you can see this is the log which came from GP zone and went to LAN zone, ping allowed, and the rule was GP to internal. It is a security rule that I created. In the previous video, the rule wasn't present, so I created it now. GP to internal, GP zone to internal. Any traffic is getting allowed. 15 hits are there, and that's how you set up the Global Protect VPN on the Palo Alto. And feel free to experiment with it as much as you can. Try to modify the settings. We cannot discuss all the settings because there might be many more things required. Some are limited due to the license, so feel free to do that. And this is the last video of our Palo Alto series. Thank you for being till here, and have a good day. We'll see you into the another series.